What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, I'm going to be playing a Crystron deck that doesn't really play any of the Crystron cards. Due to the fact that all the Crystron cards are generic synchro monsters, they only take tuners and non-tuner monsters, and also due to the fact that I pulled very poorly in my Cybernetic Rebellion pack opening, I didn't really pull all the cards or the main deck cards for Crystron, so instead what I had to do, I had to use some of my existing cards in my palette, and today I developed a completely different deck to be able to summon Crystron monsters but can do a lot of other stuff. So that's the point of today's video. If you guys are excited for today's video, be sure to go smash the like button on the video down below, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and be sure to join as a YouTube member to support me as a content creator. Without further ado though, let's get into today's deck list in today's video. And sorry for the bad lighting through the remainder of the video. I'm changing up some stuff in my setup right now. My next video should be at normal lighting right now, so there's that right there. That's why the camera is going to be looking a little dark. Anyways though, let's get into today's deck breakdown on this deck that I'm playing right here. So first of all, we're going to be playing What Grows in the Graveyard. If you didn't know what the skill does already, it's from Ikiza. You got to get this as a drop. This is a drop skill, and what this does is that you can begin the duel with one Dark Virgin in your graveyard, and the only reason why we want Dark Virgin in the graveyard is because it's a level 2 monster, and that is it. Due to that, we are going to be playing 3 copies of Junk Synchron. If you have 1 to 2 copies of this card, feel free to run it, but 3 copies of Junk Synchron is definitely preferred for a deck like this. Junk Synchron, when this card is normal summon, you can target a level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, especially some of that target in defense position, but its effects are negated. Due to that, Junk Synchron is going to allow us to open up into synchro summoning into Crystron Ametrix or something like that, able to synchro summon into this monster, which is pretty cool, one of the new Crystron synchro monsters in the game. This card, when it's synchro summoned, you can change all face-up special summoned monsters into your opponent controls to a defense position. If this synchro summoned card is destroyed with battle or card effect, you can target a Crystron monster in graveyard except synchro monster and special summon it. The only effect we're worrying about is its first effect, where once this card synchro summoned, you can switch all special summoned monsters your opponent controls to a defense position. This is going to help you get over Red Eye / Dragon, Brave, Neos, and just any other decks that like have monsters that don't have over 2500 defense, but a lot of boss monsters in Duel Links don't have over 2500 defense. So there's that right there. So Crystron Ametrix is definitely a good option right there. I'll be honest though, with this deck, I was not able to really win against Red Eye / Dragon. I was just mentioning the fact that you could switch Red Eye / Dragon to defense position with Crystron Ametrix. Like, it's an option, but I haven't been able to win against Red Eyes with this deck, sadly. Other than that though, there's some pretty good matchups that you guys will see in this video. Next up, we have a 1 copy of Armadius Keeper of the Boundaries. If you don't have this card, you can add another Crystron Ametrix. It's all good, but this card's super good. It's another 5-star generic synchro monster. When this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects till the end of the damage step. Pretty freaking good card right there. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this deck and how to summon into the boss monster Crystron, and we're going to call this Quarry for today's video because I can't pronounce things for the life of me, and I ain't trying to pronounce this word right there. So we're going to be playing Crystron Quarry, and this is the like ace Crystron monster, and there's a couple ways that we're going to be able to summon it with this deck specifically. So this card takes 2 or more tuners plus 1 or more non-tuner monster, and the easiest way we're going to do that is using the psychic synergy. We're going to be using the psychic support right here, psychic wielder and psychic tracker. These cards are super good for multiple reasons. First of all, the best thing about these 2 psychic cards right here is the fact that they are able to special summon themselves if you have a different level 3 monster in the field. So for example, if you have 2 copies of psychic wielder in your hand, you can't normal summon a psychic wielder and then special summon your second psychic wielder. You need need to have a different level 3 monster on the field, but due to this whole effect, you're able to spam summon a bunch of level 3 monsters, and this is going to help us out to easily synchro summon into Crystron Quarry. A couple ways you can do this is if you have 2 copies of Psychic Wheelder in your hand and 1 copy of Psychic Tracker, you normal summon your first Psychic Wheelder, special summon your Psychic Tracker through its effect, and then special summon your other Psychic Wheelder in your hand to have 2 Psychic Wheelers on the field and a Psychic Tracker on the field. Once you do that, you're going to have enough materials to go into Crystron Quarry, and you're going to be able to use Crystron Quarry's effect, where you can target monsters your opponent controls and are in their graveyard, up to the number of synchro materials used to synchro summon this monster and banish them. So you're going to be able to banish 3 cards on the field, which is pretty cool right there with this card's effect. So I like that a lot right there. Another combo you can go is that you can, if you have Junk Synchron, Psychic Wielder, and a Psychic Tracker in your hand, what you can do is that you can normal summon your Junk Synchron, don't activate its effect, keep your Dark Verger in the graveyard, special summon your Psychic Wielder, special summon your Psychic Tracker, go for the synchro summon of Crystron Quarry, which is pretty cool right there. If you have, you know, Sandgan, Psychic Wielder, and Psychic Tracker, you can actually go into Vermilion Dragon Mech if you're in a situation like that, because Dragon Mech takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Psychic Wielder, tuner monster, Psychic Tracker, and Sandgan, non-tuner monsters. You are good to go right there. So there's a couple 9-star synchro summon options, really powerful 9-star monsters, which is really cool right there. And then last but not least, when it comes to our 6-star synchro monsters, a couple ways to do this is that if you either have Psychic Tracker or Sandgan, you can do this. If you have Sandgan or Psychic Wielder, you can use Psychic Wielder and Sandgan to go into HTC, whatever this card's called, or Gaia, the Knight, the Force of Earth. Or if you have Psychic Tracker and any of your tuner monsters right here with Psychic Tracker, you can go into these 6-star monsters also, which is a pretty cool thing right there. Next up, we have 3 copies of Spirit Karibo for that back row protection. It's like a hand trap. You switch your opponent's monsters to defense position. It is searchable through Sandgan, and what's also really nice about Sandgan is that you can search for literally every one of your monsters except Sandgan itself. So you can search out for Psychic Wielder, Junk Synchron, Spirit Karibo, Psychic Tracker. You can go from there. And actually, you can search for Sandgan with Sandgan's effect. I forgot about that. So yeah, Sandgan, you can search like literally all of your monsters with Sandgan, which is really cool. So there's that right there. So that's why we're rocking the Spirit Karibo plus Sandgan Super Spicy right there. Rocking that back row removal Night Beam with 2 copies Galaxy Cyclone. Night Beam was a new card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Target set spell and trap where opponent controls destroy a target opponent cannot respond to this card's activation. So I threw it in here. And we also have a couple copies of the Galaxy Cyclone, which is pretty good too. We're also rocking 2 copies of Treacherous Trap Hole to get rid of our opponent's monsters. Also, if you don't have Treacherous Trap Hole, or if you prefer to run Drowning Mirror Force, I also recommend Drowning Mirror Force. Like I said, I've been having some difficulties against Reddit/Dragon, and you know what? It would have been pretty nice to have a Drowning Mirror Force in some of those duels. So there's that right there. And yeah, that's it for this deck right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video. Check out all the rest of the replays of this deck in action. It's a super fun deck. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of the segment, like, subscribe, join as a YouTube member, all that good stuff right there. And I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace out, everybody.